All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who will be tuning into the live. Today we are going to be using the Pavoni. This is post-millennial version of this one. I believe this is the Pro as well. I do want to give a huge shout out to Joe from Espresso Outlet for letting us review this machine. Also, I do have the Let Bianca as well, so a huge shout out to Joe from Espresso Outlet for making this possible. Again, if you guys have any espresso needs or wants to get any more gadgets or machines, definitely check out his website, as he is from Michigan and will definitely help you out with great customer service. So we are going to go ahead and get started. So we are going to be dialing in a shot with the Pavoni. It is on right now and it's ready to brew. I'm going to be using 16 grams. I know you can do more, especially with the basket that's in there, but I'm going to stick with 16 grams in, about 29 or so grams out. And we're using raisin, cocoa, and fig for the tasting notes. I'm sorry I can't tell you guys the tasting notes because I still have no taste. So this shot's going to taste good to me, regardless of the outcome. So we are going to try to dial this in. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. But we are using the DF64. Also a big shout out to Joe from Espresso Outlet for that as well. We are on grind size number 13 for the DF64. So here we go. All right, so I definitely recommend, if you have the DF64 or you have wants of getting a DF64, to make sure to purchase this. So Linda was kind enough to send me this. It is like a little collar for the actual cup. You just slide it straight on and it gives you that angle to where it's not going to spill out coffee, because pretty much what happens if you just have it inside the cup itself or just in the holder itself, it just sits straight up and down. And a lot of times you're going to get a lot of coffee spilling all over your desk, which is not good for me because I like to keep it all clean. But with this, you just slide this straight on the cup like this, and it just sits perfectly in there to where it has that nice little space there to where it just holds the cup so nicely, and you're going to get that nice clean countertop once you're done grinding. So definitely, if you're into the Pavoni and you have the DF64, or especially if you're just getting the DF64, I'd recommend getting this collar. But we are going to transfer to this cup because this is about the size of the portafilter for the Pavoni. All right, so just be careful, don't spill beans like I just did. Try to save as much of that as possible. All right, so here we go. Turn this on here so you can see the grinds in here. So obviously the DF64 does a really good job in grinding your beans. Pretty uniform there. We're going to go ahead and transfer it. So bring you guys over here. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. We are using the Pavoni, and we're using 16 gram shots. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and transfer on over. And since I don't have a WDT tool or distributor, just going to tap to try to clear the cups or the clumps from transferring. Kind of give it a couple taps, and then we are going to then tamp.
Did you 3D print a declumper?
I do have a declumper, just not in this room. But yes, I do recommend that you do get a declumper. But here is the basket. So it turns out really nice as long as you can kind of just tap it and distribute it with your hand. But now we are going to pull our shot on the La Pavoni. So one thing that I like to do, I have been experimenting with the La Pavoni, is just get you some kind of cup. So I will use this cup here, and I'm just going to purge out just a little bit just to get that initial hot steam out. And that's really all you need to do. And then I'll transfer it over to another pitcher.
Super 23 said to use a toothpick or a sizzle stick.
All right, so here we go. So we're just going to lock that in. We are going to place our scale underneath. Doesn't really necessarily matter with time, especially for what I'm doing, but here we go. Hey honey, do you want to hold this really quick?
Yeah.
I'm going to have my wife hold this here, so if you can come hold it just right here.
Yeah.
Just so they can get the shot. All right, so here we go. So I like to lift the lever up all the way, kind of wait, start the time, hold it there for about 10 seconds or so. And then once it hits 10 seconds, I'm going to start pulling down on the lever, bring it down just a little bit, and then I'm going to lift the lever all the way back up, let a little bit more water in there, let it soak. And now we're going to come down. You're going to see it start to drip. So if you do see, there is a bit of channeling there, but that's okay. Some nice crema, which is always good. And again, we're shooting for about 29 grams. All right, so now once we have that, just hurry up and go ahead and put our cup in there. And I want you to just get the look of the crema. So crema looks really good, especially using the La Pavoni. I've been pretty impressed with the shot quality that it's been given. So now, if you want to stand back there, and I will give you guys a taste test. I have zero taste, but I can try to tell you the smoothness of it and kind of what I feel like it, I don't even know. I have no taste, so it's been really rough for the last month or so, but yeah, cheers. Tastes smooth. One thing with the La Pavoni, the most important thing is obviously just controlling the heat. You don't want it to be extremely hot, but then again, it is really hard to make sure that it is up to temperature. I had this going about 5 or 10 minutes before the live actually started, so I would definitely recommend, if you have a La Pavoni, make sure to purge that little bit out at first because you don't want the steam, but you want to try to keep as much heat in there as possible. I like 16 grams. I've been using 16 grams for the last couple weeks using this machine. I will be using it again next week, pretty much all week, just to try to just get better shots with it. But the crema's still really nice, as you can see. The crema's still there after shaking it up and stirring it. So yeah, really good. Today we're just doing the espresso. Next week we will do milk steaming and pull shot. And attempt some latte art with the La Pavoni. So if you guys are new to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe, as this really does help, as I'm a small content creator, and this really helps with the YouTube algorithm to get my channel out there for more coffee lovers like you. And also, if you are new to espresso and you're getting into your Akaya scales or your knockbox or your DF64, I do make customized wooden parts for that, as well as tamping mats. Here is the tamping mat that I have for myself. This is the Dylan's Home Espresso Bar made out of wood. So really nice. It's got nice felt pads on the bottom as well, and it just sits right up top there, and you can do all of your tamping there. So I know a couple of our coffee community friends have purchased the items, and I'm extremely grateful. So again, my name is Dylan with Dylan's Home Espresso Bar. I hope you enjoyed the 16-gram shot on the La Pavoni. Again, a huge thank you and shout out to Joe from Espresso Outlet for making this video possible. Excuse me, for making this video possible. And as always, Dylan with Dylan's Home Espresso Bar. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.